in this lecture, we can discuss CMOS as an inverter. So first, see what is an inverter. So what is the function of inverter? An inverter is nothing but this circuit will just flip the input that we are giving. If you are giving 1, the output will be 0, and if you are giving 0, the output will be 1. So this is the simplest working of an inverter. See, this inverter circuit can be realized by using a CMOS, and CMOS is nothing but it's a combination of PMOS and NMOS. Okay. Now, the basic difference between this NMOS and the PMOS are in NMOS circuit, the charge carrier is electron or the current flow is due to the movement of electron. And in PMOS circuit, the charge carrier is hole and the current is due to the movement of holes. Now, first discuss the basic working of NMOS circuit. So, we can draw the NMOS circuit like this. So this is a substrate. So in NMOS, the substrate is P-type. So the substrate is P-type, where we can see two heavily doped regions. The heavily doped regions are doped with the N-type material. See, this plus symbol indicate that these two regions are heavily doped. Okay, so this heavily doped region will act as source and a drain region. If we select this region as source, and this will act as drain, and if we select this one as source and this will act as drain, there's no problem. We can interchange the source and the drain region. Now here I am selecting this as a source and this as a drain region. And another thing is, if we have if we supply proper potential difference between these two regions, there will be a possibility of current flow. Okay. So if we give a potential difference between the source and the drain region, and we can term as VDS, there is a possibility of current flow, and we can plot the current flow like this. As we increase the VDS, there is a current between source and drain, and it is ID, and the flow will be like this. So this is we can observe the flow of current like this. Now, another important thing is, if we wanted to start current flow between the source and the drain region, actually we need a channel between the source and the drain region. See, once we wanted to start the current flow, we must provide a channel between the source and a drain region. Now the next thing is how we can provide a channel between source and drain region. So this is nothing but another very important element is there, that is gate. So by giving a proper potential difference between this gate region, or the potential difference, usually we are taking a potential difference between this gate and the source region, we can create a channel between the source and the drain region. Once we start a channel, then only the current will flow. Okay, otherwise there will be no current. Even if we start to increase the VDS, there will be no current flow. That is very important. Without the gate potential, we cannot trigger the circuit, or the circuit remains off. See, if we increase the VDS, there will be no current flow. See, to start the current flow, actually we must give a particular potential difference between this source and this gate region. For N-type material, it is very important for NMOS, the gate potential must be a positive value, so that this can provide a channel between source and the drain. See, if we give a positive potential, here the polarity is positive. To compensate that, this positive polarity will attract electrons from the P substrate, and it will be accumulate here. So this process will accumulate the charge carriers in between this source and the drain region. This is how this circuit form channel between source and the drain. Okay. So the very important thing is we need to apply a positive potential to trigger the circuit on, or to start the current flow. See, then only the current flow will be there. Okay. Now, if we increase the VGS, if we increase the gate potential, we can accumulate more and more number of electrons from here, and the number of electrons in the channel will be more, and we will get more current. Okay, so that we can reduce the channel resistance by adding more and more electrons to this area. See, so actually, if there is no VGS, if the VGS is 0, I can redraw this picture. If the VGS is 0, there is no current. So this is actually the circuit is off. The CMOS is, this NMOS circuit is off. When we start to increase this VGS, correspondingly there will be an increase in current. Okay. Uh, so this graph shows a clear picture about the current Cara. So when VGS equal to 0, there will be no current. When we start to increase the VGS, the corresponding current will be more. So before 1 volt, the current will flow like this. For the 2 volt, the current is more and this will follow this curve. And for the 3 volt, the overall current is more. See why? When we increase more VGS, the channel resistance will be low. There will be more number of electrons. That way we can get more number of current between the source and the drain region. So this is the working of NMOS circuit, and the working of PMOS is just reverse of that. We have to add, so in PMOS circuit, so I can draw the picture. So in PMOS there is a heavily doped P plus region. So this is P plus region, and there is a gate region. Actually, we need to apply negative potential. See, we need to apply negative potential here to accumulate hold here. To create the channel, we need to add a negative potential. Okay, so this is the basic difference. See, when another important thing is the threshold potential. So the threshold potential is nothing but a very minimum value of V gate potential required to start the operation or to start the current flow. There must be a minimum voltage, that is the threshold value. Okay, for the PMOS circuit, the threshold value is negative. So that is very important, the VTH. The threshold is VTH is negative, and for NMOS it is positive. Okay. Now the working of CMOS. Okay, CMOS, I have already mentioned this combination of NMOS and PMOS. So this we can draw the picture like this. So first there is a PMOS, and so we can put a bubble here to identify between NMOS and PMOS. Here we can connect a VDD. Then again an NMOS in the top portion. So this is N, and this can be connected to the ground region. From here we can take the output V out. Then these two terminals, these two gate region can be connected together, and we can apply the input circuit here V in. Now the working, see the transistor Q1, the PMOS is Q1, the NMOS is Q2, and the state, see, is whether it is on or off. See, when we are giving, see, this is Q1 and this is Q2, NMOS is Q2. And when, see, the V in and the V out. If the input is 1 or logic high, or positive potential, we can term this positive potential as logic high or 1. The Q1 is will be off, because we have to give a negative potential to make it on. So the Q1 will be off, and the transistor Q2 is on. So another important thing is when the circuit is on, actually this will act as a short circuit. When we measure a potential difference between a short, the output is nothing but 0. Okay. When the input is 0, the Q1 circuit will be on and the Q2 is off. So if we measure this potential difference between this open circuit, so actually this will act as an open circuit. We can the output is approximately equal to VDD, that can be called as 1. So this is how the CMOS circuit will act as a inverter. Okay, thank you.